All right, first of several today on a draft day. We're going to get a little football today in the mix, go around the league. We'll have rumors later on. But, David, music, let's get to it. No, we're doing rumors right now? Right now. Oh, boy. Well, that's good because it's not a packed house yet, so I don't have to feel god-awful about this segment. Here we are. All right.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Guy's a pastor, and he's a filthmonger. Let's go.
Hey, baby, turn to Psalms.
Right.
Let's get here to this one. Diana Rossini tweets out, teams are actively calling to move up, and it's been going on all week. Today it's getting real. I had one decision maker share. It's going to be tough to watch some teams pass on Alt, Harrison, and Neighbors because they have to get a QB, which leads me to my rumor from her that the Rams, who haven't picked in the first round since 2016, are calling to get into the top 10 per sources. Are they going to get a quarterback?
See, this is the problem I would have. They haven't picked in the first round since 2016. And now, in one of Stafford's final seasons, you would be wasting that pick. They're in a really tough spot, but they are not able to rebuild. You're loaded on offense with wideouts. You got a star running back now in Kyron Williams. If they're moving into the top 10, to me, that's to go get Joe Alt. That's to get J.C. Latham. That's to get an offensive
to set up
lineman,
the next quarterback,
and to keep Matthew Stafford upright. I mean, he got obliterated in that playoff game. I just think it would be dumb to do it, David. If they're moving up, I got to believe that's for an O-lineman, no?
If they're moving up to the top 10, yeah, it's got to be either for an O-lineman or, I mean, you don't need a wide receiver, so maybe somebody on defense. If you told me they were moving up into the top 5, now maybe they're going after a replacement for Stafford. But I'll say this, David, because at this point, your top 4 quarterbacks are going to be gone anyway. So you don't need to move up into the top 10 to take a Bo Nix or a Michael Penix Jr. You could take that. That's one where you try to make a trade with the Lions and get that pick to get one of those 2 guys.
Hey, baby. Oh, God. I got those rumors for you.
Do we really need those inserts in this segment?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. We definitely need those inserts.
Okay.
ESPN report indicates that 2 prospects may fall out of the first round. Kool-Aid McKinstry and Jackson Powers Johnson.
Oh, no. What is there, a bad medical?
Well, Kool-Aid I can see because, I mean, if you go with the whole RAS score, it wasn't great. And if his name was just
HVAC,
Willie or whatever, because it's Kool-Aid, he's cool and you want him on your team. But if you really look at what he did at Alabama, it wasn't great. He was the number 2 corner. He wasn't the main corner.
There's no disagreement. I'm with you.
I mean, he had all the hype.
The Powers Johnson one is really interesting. I haven't heard a negative about him. Maybe there's a medical. Who knows? Maybe 5 minutes before the draft, there's a bong mask video released. I don't know. That would surprise me, though. Kool-Aid would not. I'm with Rico on this. Him and I have both agreed. Like, he's not even the best corner on his own team. Why the hell am I selling out to go get him?
Your wife's gonna love my rumors.
I'm going to put these next 2 rumors together because the first one may lead to the belief of the second one.
Okay.
First one is no defense in the top 10. Bruce Feldman of The Athletic reported one of those scouts said he believes the top 10 will come and go without a single defensive player being taken, which leads me to this one. ESPN reported that the record of 19 offensive players taken in the first round will be broken.
That I've been saying now for a month. This is continuing to be, it doesn't matter if you talk to people in the NFL, people who cover the NFL. This is one of the best offensive line classes in the history of the draft. That's just the thing you continue to hear. It's why I have said at pick 29 in this draft, if I were running the Lions, yes, I would take an O-lineman because in other years, that guy's a top 10 player. That's the level of quality you're getting. So I believe that.
I can see the offensive players, David. I do think there's going to be a defensive player taken in the top 10, maybe even 2. But also, it's a run thing. When all of a sudden a couple of defensive players start going, now it's like, okay, maybe we need to get this guy, and panic sets in. You see it all the time where there's a run on receivers or a run on quarterbacks or a run on O-linemen. But I still think that somewhere between 8, 9, and 10, you're going to see at least one defensive player.
Open wide. I got some of those rumors.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
So it is finally the day of the first round.
Oh, is it? I hadn't heard.
There's been so many things talked about with JJ. Late in the first round, early on. Now he moved up to about 11, 12. Then the top 3. I don't know what's going on, but here's a rumor here. Tell me what you think happens tonight.
Okay.
For one, the rumor says that J.J. McCarthy may well make it to 11 for Minnesota.
I believe that. I believe it because, A, he's not at the draft. Then I'm sorry. Don't give me this I don't want to be the center of attention cutscene.
He wants to be with his family.
Make sure you see me burning sage under the goalpost.
Mike, he's going to be with his family.
I don't
He's gonna
believe
be with
him.
his teammates.
I don't believe him. So listen, A, that's there. But B, the hype got so insane. I still think it goes back to I'm fine if he goes in the first round because teams are desperate to get a QB. The thought that he's one of the 10, 11, 12 best guys in his draft, I think is laughable. Now, again, I have said it. If he goes in the top 10, it's supply and demand. And the demand far outweighs the supply for quarterbacks. But, David, yes, I have reached a point now. I won't be shocked at anything. But I will be more surprised than not if he does go in the top 10.
Yeah, I can see. I think he'll probably fall out because if there's no trades being made, the other teams don't need a QB. So now it becomes a game of chicken between the Broncos and the Vikings and the Raiders to see maybe he slides down and maybe I only have to move up to a certain spot. I think he'll probably end up as a Viking or a Raider. I don't think the Broncos will have a chance.
And I'm going to close it out with this rumor here because why not?
Okay.
The word is the Steelers love LSU product Brian Thomas Jr. and may not let the pass catcher slide past them at 20.
I think he's one of the most underrated players in the draft. Everyone's talking Marvin Harrison and Roma Dunze, and look, and rightfully so. They're fabulous. Malik Neighbors. David, again, loaded O-line class, loaded wide receiver class. In another year, he would be wide out 1. I would have, if I'm you, I'd have no issue with it.
Except for in about a few years, he'll just be the latest Steeler receiver that goes crazy and does
Will you
stuff.
stop it? Vontaze Burfict doesn't play in the league anymore.
Okay.
Chase Claypool, have you ever seen him play?
All right, listen, will you not feed this man's ego? He's
Will
already out of
Will he
control.
stand on logos and do TikTok dances?
Yes. Yes.
And those are your
Rumor.